Right, a short section is 7.5. This is inequalities, and the way you express inequalities on number line. Let me just remind you what an inequality is. Here I go. Well, x equals 6 is a statement. I've told you x equals 6, but x is greater than 6 is an inequality. X is less than 6 is an inequality. X is greater or equal to 6, inequality. X less than or equal to 6 is an inequality, right? So all these are inequalities, and you can express these on a number line. Now, here's the first one on 7.5, page 98, rated at grade D. They give you a little number line, something like that. Then they go doing, 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 without the word, without the sound effects. Obviously, they've gone -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0 to 1. Off it goes. It's a regular scale. Mine's only rough though. Then they've done this. They've put a black dot above that. They've drawn an arrow going to the right hand side, and I don't know if you recall that, but that has a certain way of expressing itself. Now I'm going from -5 to the right, therefore I'm getting bigger. So the way to write that is, if I want to use x for example, it would be x is greater or equal to 5. Can you recall, if you're a black dot filled in above the number, you're allowed to be equal to that number, and since we're pointing to the right, like so, x is allowed to be equal to 5 or above 5. We say that x is greater or equal to 5. The next one is like this, again, a number line that goes doing, 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 without the sound effects. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll stop. What we've got here, we've got a little open ring that points to the left. Now, if you're an open ring, you're not allowed to actually be equal to the 2 you're sitting above. So we say that x is less than 2. Is that alright? So starting on 2, we're going to the left, and the numbers are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then negative and negative, more and more negative. And so x is less than 2. Now the next one I'll do as well. Doing, 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 doing. Got to think of different sound effects, haven't I, so you don't get too bored with me. Here you go, leave it like that. And goes a bit further, call it 4. And this is what I've got here. I've got a black dot on the 3 and an open dot on the -2, and of course it's joined like so. Now this is called a sandwich. Well, I call it a sandwich anyway. I read it once. It's called a sandwich. And here I've got x trapped in the middle, and on this side I've got x is less than or equal to 3. Remember, black filled in dot, I'm allowed to be it. Now this white one has -2 involved, but -2 starts the number line off and goes towards the right. It doesn't go towards the left. So -2 is actually less than x, and x is less than or equal to 3. Alright, so let's study that. The range of my results, the range of my integers is from -2 to 3, but I'm not actually allowed to be equal to -2 because I have an open unfilled circle there. So -2 is less than x, and x is less than or equal to 3. If I was to list the integers here, if they'd asked me to list all the possible integers that agree with this inequality, I have to start from -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. All these answers fit within those 2 fences. I'm not allowed to be -2, remember? So the next number along is -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm allowed to be equal to 3. Okay, and I think there's one more to be done, and here it is down the bottom here. It goes -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and I've got a black dot there pointing left, and I've got a black dot there going right, and there's nothing in between it. For that reason, I'm going to change colour. Now look, dealing with this side, I've got x is less than or equal to -3. So everything from -3 downwards fits that description there. But from here, x is greater than or equal to 0. Remember, I'm allowed to be 0, so hence that little line there, which means equals, doesn't it? Look, that and that makes an equals. And from 0 onwards, that's what I'm allowed to be. I'm not allowed to be anything from I'm not allowed to be anything inside there. Put loads of crosses there. All right. So greater or equal to 0 or less than or equal to -3 is what's permissible, and that's that. Now question 2, we're merely showing these inequalities on number line. Well, let's try and get a few on here, can we? Until it starts getting too messy. So if I go from, I don't know, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should cover quite a few of these. The first one is this one. X is greater than 1. Right, so greater than 1, but I'm not allowed to be equal to it. So white open clear dot, and that's X is greater than 1. Next one, B, X is greater than -5. Oh great, let's put another little line here then, -5. So X is greater than -5. Stick it over there. It doesn't matter, the arrow doesn't got to come right across, you know, the end of the page, just that. And that's X greater than -5, but I'm not allowed to be equal to it. The next one, it says X is greater or equal to 0. Running out of space, let's put a little black dot there above the 0. Greater or equal to 0. X is greater or equal to nothing. Let's just jump a couple. X is less than or equal to -1. Let's work down here. Less than or equal to, that's a black dot pointing left. Yeah. X is less than or equal to -1. Yeah, pointing left. Then we've got a couple of sandwiches here. Let's try and get a little sandwich fitting here. I've got -2 is less than X, and that's got to be less than 1, right? So -2 there, open dot, and less than 1, open dot. So there it is, between -2 and 1. Okay, imagine everything else is gone, bye-byes. I just can't bother to draw loads of these and waste a lot of time. So I've got from -2 to -1, not allowed to equal to them, and this is the inequality. -2 less than X, and X has got to be less than 1. Alright, just study that. Not perfectly accurate, doesn't have to be. Let's just do another little sandwich here. -4 is less than or equal to X. So -4, let's put it up here, big black dot. -4 is less than or equal to X, and X has got to be less than 3. 3 is just here somewhere, so there you go. I'm joining it from there to there, and this inequality is this. -4 is less than or equal to X. See, I'm allowed to be -4, but I'm not allowed to be 3, so it's less than 3. Alright, and there's other ones that involve going left and right. Let's try and do this one, last one. X is less than or equal to -2. Let's put it here, hope it can fit. Less than or equal to -2, so that goes over there. So X is less than or equal to -2, and as part of the same question it says X must be bigger than 0. So open plan, and that's X is greater than 0. Alright, I'm not allowed to be 0, but it's an open open circle. Alright, so that is actually one question, and I want to stop that. There's nothing more to be said about that. I've done the vast majority of the questions, only a few there that I haven't done. You study that yourselves, and obviously in class you'll be able to really take off if you've seen this video. And I want to stop that.